Boom, there it is. It's a Woj bomb reporting that Kiki Iriafen is off to Southern Cal. In this video, we are going to look at the implications of this reported commitment. Yes, I know it's Woj, who is pretty reliable, but still, there is nothing on Kiki Iriafen's Instagram page, and I am not going to get Haley Van Lith again. But if this report is true, then is Cal on the verge of building a super team or super mess? We will get into it, but before we start, if you like the content, then please subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. All right, let's get into this. So as mentioned in the opening, Adrian Wojnarowski is reporting that Kiki Iriafen is going to go to Southern Cal. It had been reported previously that she was down to two schools, South Carolina and Southern Cal, and it appears, well, if you believe Adrian, it appears that she has chosen Southern Cal and to team up with Juju Watkins to win a championship versus going the Haley Van Lith, Anissa Morrow route of joining the previous champion. Now the next question is Southern Cal done, or are they on the verge of building a super team? As if Kiki Iriafen goes to Southern Cal, they still have one roster spot left as Taylor Bigby transferred out, leaving one more spot. And of course, you've probably seen the TikTok video of Kiki Iriafen and Talia Von Oelhoffen dancing together in their Southern Cal jerseys. I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get flashbacks to LSU and how a buzz it was when first Haley Van Lith committed to LSU, and then the speculation started that Anissa Morrow was going to go there as well. That's what it sort of feels like. But as well, you need to remember that Anissa Morrow also posed in USC gear as well. So just Talia Von Oelhoffen putting on the jersey and doing a TikTok dance with Kiki Iriafen doesn't guarantee that that is where she is going. But man, it does increase the speculation that it will happen. But it seems like Talia Von Oelhoffen does not mind a bit of speculation, seeing that she did the Fortnite tweet letting everybody know that she had narrowed down her schools to 4 choices of Louisville, Colorado, Southern Cal, and Kentucky. Now again, dancing in a TikTok video means nothing. As I mentioned, Anissa Morrow wore the USC gear last year, and it did not make a difference as she wound up going to LSU. But if Talia Von Oelhoffen does wind up going to Southern Cal, get ready for the hype of how they are the super team next year, and they are a certainty to get to the Final Four. My advice to you, even if it comes from my channel, God knows I'll probably do that they're a super team, but even if it comes from my channel, you need to ignore it. You need to learn from your recent past, which is LSU. Putting a whole bunch of star players together does not guarantee success. And in the case of Southern Cal, this is just, I think this is going to be a super mess, not a super team, because they have 7 freshmen incoming. 7 freshmen. Not only that, it's the #1 rated freshman class. And normally I'd go, oh my God, this freshman class, it's so good USC has coming in. And it is so good. So of the 6 incoming freshmen that they have coming in, 5 of them are top 100 players. So no doubt there is talent there, unbelievable talent, but there's ego as well, as I'm sure all those players have a very high opinion of themselves as they've been recruited for the last year to come to Southern Cal and to be a star. So let's combine that freshman class with 2 incoming portal players if Talia Von Oelhoffen comes there, and Kiki Iriafen, who are both focused on the next stage of their career and putting up numbers and going into the WNBA. So everybody's going to want theirs. And then the superstar in the mix, you've got Juju Watkins, who has a usage rate of 42% from last season. Now, obviously, this could go one of 2 ways. Everybody swallows their pride and does the better for the team, and they figure it out, and they have a damn good coach, Lindsay Gottlieb, who just got herself an extension, rightly so, as she is really, really good. But I would suggest this will be a much tougher coaching job for her this season with all the talent that she has, young talent versus last season where it was all graduate transfers willing to sacrifice their games as they knew that the best chance for them to win was get the ball in Juju's hands, run pick and roll, and let Juju do Juju things. But that will not be the case next year, as they will have so much talent, and all that talent is going to want the ball, and sort of mixing it all together in a giant stew of ego will be interesting to see. Like I say, if Gottlieb can put it together, and she's done this in the past, like she's a good builder of teams, and there's a chance if she does, then it could be a beautiful thing. But as well, I could see this going very, very bad. And when I say bad, I don't mean that they will be a bad team or anything like that, but in comparison to expectations, because when the season starts, they will be inevitably a top 5 team with a lot of expectation of they should make it to the Final Four. And that is a hard thing to do when you have so many freshmen on your team that you're going to need some of those freshmen to come through. So it's an interesting mix because the senior players will be desperate to make it to the Final Four, but at the same time, they have to live through the growing pains of the freshman players. So it's a difficult dynamic, and it reminds me a lot of LSU. As more than anything, they were hurt by the loss of senior players last year, LaDasia Williams and Alexis Morris, because you just cannot discount the value of experience. And I think USC is going to miss all those senior graduate transfers that have moved on. So for that reason, I would ignore it a bit and take it with a grain of salt when everybody proclaims that Southern Cal is the next super team and here they go. I would be more interested, like let's say, for instance, UConn is able to land Beers and Caitlin Chen. I would be more inclined to call that a super team, and the reason is they are only slotting 2 players into their team dynamic, and you know how they would fit. Essentially, Beers would be replacing Aaliyah Edwards, so that's one out for the other. And the other one is Caitlin Chen would essentially be Nika Mule, who's gone on to the WNBA as well. It's much easier to envision how that will work versus Southern Cal bringing 8 new players to the mix. And I think South Carolina proved last year it seems like the portal works best when you have a few spots that you can pick and choose and put that player into your team culture. So 2 years ago, Tahina Paopao was watching South Carolina struggle to make outside shots versus Iowa and said, man, I might fit in really well there. And she was right, and it worked out perfectly. And boom, you have a championship, as she was the missing piece to their puzzle. But that signing was not celebrated near as much as LSU, and they're bringing in Haley Van Lith and Anissa Morrow. And as we saw with Haley Van Lith, that part just never fit in and just did not work out. And that's the question with Southern Cal. These parts might look good on paper, but how it comes together, it'll be very interesting, especially when you have all those freshmen coming in. Anyway, over to you. Do you believe Adrian Wojnarowski's report that Kiki's going to Southern Cal as well? Do you think Talia Von Oelhoffen is going there as well? And are they creating a super team or a super mess? Your comments below, your poison, all welcome. Thanks for watching.